time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Rivalry, special edition of the Rivalry, because on Wednesday we had some technical difficulties. So if you join us today, I'd like to say thanks for cutting into your 10 o'clock games. If not, I totally understand. But how are you doing today? How are you feeling? It's game day.
I'm pumped. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm still wondering who's going to be starting at quarterback this week. We're probably figure out about noon, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I heard people saying Gino's scared and stuff like that. I don't believe that's the case whatsoever. I think there's actually some sort of a tweak in his hamstring, and
yeah.
I still don't know if he's playing, but I think if he can, he will.
And to be fair, I get you guys are a good team. No player's scared when they go on the field. If they're scared, that's when they get hurt. You know, Gino's not afraid to play a fucking football team. I think that's just people talking.
Right. Is he scared to get his ass kicked?
Yeah, like what's that gonna do? Shout out John LaJoy
back in the day.
Yeah. Shout out Little Sponge.
What up, Little Sponge?
But yeah, how are you feeling? I'm assuming you guys are feeling pretty good. As Seahawks fans, we're feeling kind of this morning. So
well, I could see that because you want to win this game. You've been used to winning this game. You know what I mean? Like, and now you don't have that faith. You know, like that consistent pal next with you, and you feel a little uneasy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. There was a couple of Seahawks fans in one of the videos I put up, and one guy said it's going to be 35-7 the Seahawks, and another one said 38-35 Seahawks. And I thought the 35-7, I had to push back on that one. I gave the 38-35 guy a heart because at least it was close. You know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
More probable, you know?
Well, you know me. I never pick against the Hawks, no matter how big an underdog they are. So I will say, I'll come up with a score prediction on my YouTube channel. And it'll be close, but it'll be the Seahawks winning. So that's just me, though. I can't stomach saying that they're gonna lose.
I want to give a shout out to Bebop. What up, Bebop? He's asking which game are we all watching first? We're doing the rivalry show. This is Niners Seahawks. But are you thinking like after we get off here? I didn't know if you thought this was a
game, I think he means
a play-by-play or not.
I think he means maybe we get off here. I'll probably watch the Rams and the Ravens first. What do you think?
That's the one I wanted to see in the morning, I believe, if I remember correctly, because there's a lot in that game that I need to know about 2 weeks from now and 4 weeks from now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
3 weeks from now, I think.
Well, you got the Ravens, and then the last game of the season. Well, it would be 2 weeks essentially from. Well, it wouldn't be 2 weeks from today. Ravens we play on Thursday, right?
Yeah, Monday, Christmas,
and so it's less than that. But also we play the Rams on the last game of the season, which I believe is 2 more games after that. So I'm saying 2 games, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. So it's a lot to. Plus, look, if the Rams can show up against the Ravens, that kind of means a good thing when we play the Ravens, but it also kind of means a bad thing when we play the Rams, because the Rams, who knows? They've been on like a tear this year, and we've beat them consecutively back to back to back for almost 5 straight seasons. If we get this other one, we'll get 5 whole seasons of consecutive wins against them in the regular season. And every time you get another win, it makes the probability of them winning go up. So
they're
definitely going to have to win. This thing can't keep up like that. And
it's like a batter, in baseball that hasn't hit a ball in 5 games. You're like, oh well, he's due. He's gonna fucking get one. So.
Right? There's a lot of probabilities, and we need to finish out strong and not drop a game if we want first seed. And we still might not get it that way. It all depends on what happens in that Cowboys and Eagles game today, I think. Not to talk too much shit, but I don't know if you guys got what it takes.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Unless you guys use the blueprint.
Yeah, and it's a home game for us. Obviously last home game didn't work out too great for us, but the fans have been showing up this year. We've been causing a lot of false start, a lot of pre-snap penalties this season. So let's see if we can do that. Let's get the fans involved this game. Let's not get down early. Same here. We're in the 4th quarter of the season. It's about to get spicy. Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing is, for those of you watching, college football is over. This is the fucking only important thing right now. This is the only fucking important thing. If you're just a casual football fan, the only important games right now are in the NFL up until New Year's Day. So, yeah. But anyways, do you want to go through the stats of last week?
Sure.
Might as well.
Who do you want to start with?
We'll start with the Hawks because that's first on our fucking thing, if you want. That's cool with you.
You gonna hit your buttons?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
So obviously last game our offense was on a fucking tear. I know it was a Thursday night game, so it really feels like 5 weeks ago. Don't know why I didn't put sacks, fumble. Oh no, I did. The Seahawks allowed no sacks, didn't fumble at all, just 1 interception. So our offensive line did its job until the last play of the game, but that wasn't an offensive line job. They brought the house, and we didn't even have enough guys in there to protect. We didn't even line a guy up on Micah Parsons, which is dumb. But I don't know. You can see it. We'll see later, but just by the graph, 400 yards of total offense, no sacks allowed, only 1 pick. But right there, number 3, that's the killer. 10 penalties for, I think it was 129 yards, something like that. And then when you watch the game, obviously, I'm not going to bitch too much about it, but there was a drive when the Cowboys gained 4 first downs by way of penalty. So that absolutely has to stop. So that's with page 1. Let's look at this. Obviously, we couldn't stop a nosebleed last game. That was another big reason why we lost. You look, they had about the same yardage as we did. 3rd down conversions. I think they were 8 for 14. So got to get him off the field on 3rd down. He was 29 for 41, but we did get to him 4 times, and it should have been 5 times if Darrell Taylor would have just dropped his hips a little bit or continue to wrap up. It was one of those plays where the player breaks the tackle because I think Darrell Taylor almost assumed that he was going to be called down, if that makes sense. We had him wrapped up for quite some time. And I thought they were going to call forward progress, but Dak snuck out of there. So, yeah. Yeah, I think this was Gino's best game as a Seahawk, I will say. And I think it was DK's best game as a Seahawk. DK 3 touchdowns last game. Charbonnet rushed for 1, Gino rushed for 1. Look at that. No sacks, no fumbles, just 1 interception. Those are killers, but yeah. Yeah, and look at the Seahawks on third down too, 9 for 14. That's not a bad conversion rate at all. So,
and for as many times as you guys went down the field and scored, you guys weren't in third. You guys didn't see third down a lot.
Yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe we were the first team in NFL history to score 35 points and not punt and still lose the game. So, yeah, didn't punt a single time. Receiving yards.
By the first page, those first 2 graphs, it looks like he should have won just off of that.
Yeah, penalties was definitely the killer.
Because if you look at all the previous games, yeah.
Obviously, not a lot of rushing yards this game, but geez, DK, like I said, he was on a tear. 134 yards, 3 touchdowns. JSN starting to pop up a little bit. And then Tyler Lockett, he came up clutch a couple times, but there was one play where he just was not ready for the ball. It probably was the difference of us winning and losing that game. And he let it hit his face, which, I mean, I'd love to harp on a guy like that, but Tyler's made so many fucking plays for the Seahawks throughout the years. It's hard to just fucking single him out. So, but yeah,
I got to give him one.
This is not what you want to see. We did not take the ball away once on the right side. That's another big issue. And yeah, I don't know how Jamal ended up on there with as many tackles as he did. I think it said he had 7. I think he probably missed 7 that game as well. He was a big reason why we couldn't get off the field. So, yeah. Oh, hey, we got before we get into your graphs, let's give a big shout out to the Seahawks recap show. I don't know if you guys saw. Everybody in the chat, go subscribe to him. Yeah. He came on my channel. I think a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. And then yeah, Jess from East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm gonna give you one right back. I said go Hawks yesterday. She said get out of here. I'll say get out of here to you back. But yeah, Geno Smith is a game time decision. Yeah, DK hit 22.5 miles per hour. That's kind of cool. They track stuff like this, like that. So.
When I saw that, I was telling Joe earlier, it was like he knew by looking on the Jumbotron there was nobody around him. He hit that speed just to prove a point. He knew no one was around him. He knew he had that. He did it to prove a point. And that's what we got out of it.
And I think I might have said this yesterday or 2 days ago on somebody's channel. I don't remember.
Anywhere one.
Sorry, my hand hit the soundboard.
I was like, who the fuck is that guy? But we talked.
Welcome
about
our new co-host.
Yeah. So we talked about it a couple days ago. I think you'll see the Seahawks offense a lot different game plan, a lot more shorter routes, getting the ball out quick, rather than the game plan they had last time, which was chuck it down the field against arguably the best pass rush in the NFL. But, I mean, that's insane. Even if you think you can take advantage of the 49ers corners, right? You think you can beat them over the top every play, right? How often are the receivers going to be able to get there? Because you can't just stand back in the pocket. Like, you don't have time to fucking make a sandwich back there like you do against other teams. So, yeah, I digress.
And you gotta always got to be aware of what's going around you and be ready to move.
Yeah.
So here we go. We took on the Eagles. we had 456 total yards. 310 of that was passing. 146 of that was rushing, and that was an average of 8 yards per play.
Hard to lose games
Penalties.
if you average eight.
Yeah. Penalties and punts. We had 5 penalties for 47 yards and 2 punts. So to me, that is well within the ranges of an average game. Like, I don't like to 5 penalties, but we've seen a lot of penalties this year, and to me, that's kind of low. So 5, I'll call that good. Whatever. And then when it comes to penalties, oh, did I say penalty? Oh, sorry. I jumped the sacks and fumbles and interceptions. Well, we only got sacks. We got 3 sacks. 2 by Javon Kinlaw. 1 was a gimme. Jalen Hurts was looking downfield. Javon Kinlaw broke away from his tackle. Surprised Jalen Hurts. He went to do a spin move and get out of there, but he slipped. Javon Kinlaw just tapped him. And then we got what's his name? Davis. Something MD. Something Davis. I can't remember his first name right now. But he's a guy that we've had on the roster since last year. I believe we drafted him. He was injured. He spent most of the year injured. And then he came back in the last couple of games, and we could have had him active, but I guess we didn't. And people were like, why isn't he out there? Because we want to see this guy. We lost DJ Jones, and we love a nice game up front. And we thought he could be that. And this game, he got in there, got his first NFL sack. I'll figure out his name later. But yeah, going on, we gave up 333 yards of offense, which really isn't bad when you're talking about the Eagles. Passing yards, they had 287, which is, crazy, but that means they only had 46 rush yards, which is crazy to hold the Eagles in that rush game, who I believe was ranked like the number 1 rush offense or something like that. I don't know. But we held their offense to 4.8 yards a play, which is almost half of what we did. Is Jalen Hurts' completion percentage was 26 of 45, so he was a little bit better than half. Making him throw the ball is a good tactic. Holding him in the pocket and making him throw the ball is a good tactic. Their third down efficiency, they were 8 of 15, so they were just barely over half. We sacked him 3 times, like I said earlier. Next stat sheet. Brock Purdy was, he had 223 yards total. 9 of it was rushing. 314 was passing through the air. He was 19 of 27. So essentially, I'm going to say he was about a 70% just by going off that. A little bit better, but third down completion, he was 5 of 11, which isn't great. But also, they had 15 third down tries, and we only had 11, and we outscored them by 23 points. So we didn't get in third down a lot.
Yeah.
Touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had 3, just like DK Metcalf. He had 2 through the air and 1 on the ground. CMC had 1. Brandon Ayuk had 1, and Juwan had 1 also. Purdy was sacked twice in the game. 1 coming early by Hassan Reddick. Let's get to the tail of the tapes. Also, I'd like to say about the defense, we did let A.J. Brown and Smith get some good stats, some yards that I wanted to bring up. A.J. Brown had 114 yards, and Devonta Smith had 96. They were both like, A.J. Brown was 14.2 a catch, and Devonta Smith was 10.7. And this is why I was saying there could be cause for us to have issues today, because you've got 2 talented wide receivers, and you guys essentially already saw like our best idea of how to stop you. So now you can work off of that. So there could be some issues. Just the only thing was we were able to hold them in the red zone. But yeah, CMC had 93 yards in rushing. Debo had 22 and a touchdown. Elijah Mitchell had 13. JP Mason had 10. Brock Purdy had 9, like I said before. Debo Samuel coming in strong. Talked a lot of shit. Backed it the fuck up. 116 yards of reception. Kittle had 68 yards. Brandon Ayuk had 48. Monster touchdown pass diving out in the end zone. Juwan Jennings had 44 yards. Coming in, being a beast on third down, like always. And CMC in the run game, or in the pass game, for 40 yards. Now we'll get to defense. If it'll come up. Here we go. Let me get the totals. It's easier to read the totals off my phone. Ambry Thomas had 6 tackles, 1 assist. Jair Brown had 5 tackles, 1 assist. Jair Brown was all over the field. He also did help A.J. Brown break a nice run after the catch because he came in, tried to tackle A.J. Brown, and ended up knocking one of our other players to the ground, and A.J. Brown was able to go for extra yards. Deshaun Gibson, 5 tackles. This is the other thing. Normally our linebackers are the ones up there as far as the most tackles. Ambry Thomas, cornerback. Jair Brown, safety. Deshaun Gibson, safety. Those are the people with the most tackles. You see what I'm saying? And then
I think that just goes to show that, you know, AJ Brown and Smith were catching a lot of balls, but they weren't letting them, you know, score. So
yeah, they didn't go 3 and out all the time. They had 1 more punt than we did.
Yeah.
So to me, it was a decent game. Let me talk about. I already talked about it. Got the sacks. Kalia Davis. That's who it is. KD. Kalia Davis. That's. Yep. Even D Winters, our rookie linebacker that we drafted this year, got 2 tackles this year, or 2 tackles this game. Javon Kinlaw, 2 tackles, 2 assists, 2 sacks. Nick Bosa, 2 tackles, 4 assists. Dre Greenlaw, 2 tackles, 5 assists before he got kicked out. Fred Werner, only 3 tackles and 1 assist. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy game.
That has to be one of the lowest of his career, right?
What?
As far as tackles in a game, Warner?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is not a normal Fred Warner day. But it's look at where the depth of the play starts at, I'm guessing.
That's what I think
the average
too.
play depth start. You know what I mean? Like it's not starting behind the line, especially with only 46 run yards. They're obviously they weren't rushing, so they're tossing it behind him, which is fine. Everybody else showed up. I think it was like the first 5 leading tacklers were all in the defensive backfield. They're all defensive backs. Might even be 6. And you can essentially you can consider Fred Warner as a defensive back because he gets used in those situations. But we're talking about just lining up, defensive backs, first 5, maybe 6.
Yeah. I want to say the Seahawk recap show. He says this will be a fun game. However, I'll be stressed all the time. Don't stress out. We got nothing to lose. That's our thing. Don't stress. You know, that's my idea as a fan for the Seahawks against the 49ers right now. It's just, well, we're supposed to lose. Hopefully we can pull an upset. Don't stress out, man. Just chill. I get what you're talking about, but, you know, just take it easy.
There's in a situation like this, there's really nothing you can do. You know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know. I just remember so many years you guys being a good team and us not. And it's not like I'm like, oh my, I don't like my team. It's just like, oh, we're going to get trashed today, probably. You have no idea, but you're just guessing. Just feeling uneasy. I get that.
I'm a little
Been
more
there.
on edge that I don't think Gino's gonna start. We'll see. I'd say like actually 50-50 if so I'm not sure, dude. This is so hard to break down right now too, because who the fuck's gonna be the quarterback? And I know I said last week that I feel like we put wins and losses too much on quarterbacks. I feel like we do, but I don't like Drew Lock. I don't like anything we've seen from Drew Lock.
Well, it's the most important position. It's the most important position on the field at any point in time. And if you don't have somebody who is competent in there, you really can't do much to win the game when you have a incompetent quarterback.
Yeah. Good
and
news.
As far as things go, I think Gino's going to make it, because this is one of the times where you can show, hey, this is why you got me here. This is why you pay me the bucks, is because I'm going to go and gut it out for you. Look, I might not be the MVP quarterback, but I'm the guy who's going to show up even when I'm hurt, even when we're probably going to lose this freaking game, because I don't want to get our asses kicked worse than we already can get kicked. You know what I'm saying? That's I'm sure that's Geno Smith. This is a great time for him to show that he's worth the money they're paying him.
Yeah. And it'll be nice. We got K9 back this game. We got Charbonnet back this game. He was out basically the second half of last game with a knee injury. Let's see. We suited up 3 quarterbacks, obviously, because Gino is going to be a game time decision. Who are some other guys? I don't know. We'll see the final injury report, but yeah. Yep. But yeah. What do you think? What do you think? What's that?
It doesn't look good.
No, not really. Seahawk recap show said put Pete Carroll in at quarterback if Gino can't go. Yeah, do that. You saw him dropping dimes during training camp this year.
This could also be a game to rest everybody. Because think about it. For you guys. Because K9 just comes back, Charbonnet comes back, Gino comes back, right? We'll run those running backs up the hole. Our guys hit. You know what I mean? Like, our guys are rough. And I just don't like to see people go out in games. You know what I mean? I don't like to see people get injured. Oh, did you see the JJ Watt stuff or the TJ Watt?
No, I saw JJ Watt said something. I really didn't pay attention.
Oh, real quick. So while I was watching the Monday night show, TJ Watt, like first play of the game, gets like kneed in the face, right? And
yeah,
it almost looks like, okay. So they were talking all of a sudden. They're like, oh, and now TJ's got a visor on his helmet. I was like, a visor on his helmet? Why does he got a visor on his helmet? That doesn't make any sense. I was like, the only reason why you'd put a visor on his helmet after something like that is if he had a concussion, and he shouldn't be playing if he had a concussion, right? Because if you're not normally playing with a visor, now all of a sudden you have some kind of a head injury, and now all of a sudden you want something to dim the brightness of the lights, that means you've got a concussion. And it made no sense to me. I was like, why all of a sudden is he? Because like there's somebody supposed to be there to. I thought he had gone into the tent. Like he should have gone into the tent.
He didn't. They were looking at his chin the whole time because he got kneed in the chin.
It doesn't matter if you get kneed in the chin or not. You need to
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were looking at his chin. I was watching it.
You know why they make you wear a mouthpiece?
They don't anymore. You don't have to wear a mouthpiece in the NFL.
Oh, well, do you know why they always made you wear a mouthpiece? To protect your teeth, but also like in boxing, the mouthpiece, you chatter your teeth close or hard enough and fast enough together, it'll knock you out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I never knew that. I thought it's just so you don't break your teeth.
There's also, if you hit somebody's head to the side too quick, there's like a nerve that shortens out, and it'll knock you out too.
But what's the deal with the TJ Watt stuff?
So somebody's going to get in real big trouble.
You know what though? I don't blame him as a player. As a fucking, that's the kind of guy I want on my team. That's the kind of fucking guy I want on my team. I want a guy that no matter what, he's dumb enough to go out there and feel like he wants to give you the best chance to win. So
yeah, no, I get that. But there's supposed to be people in between who are supposed to keep players from themselves.
No, I know. There
what I mean?
is.
Yeah. And when he's over there, he's also got a picture of him smelling salts. So he's on the sidelines with a visor on his helmet, and he's whiffing smelling salts to keep himself focused. Like, who is not stepping in and being like, hey, we need to do something here?
Fans. Team doctors that are fans, even though they have the doctors are independent for the concussion. But yeah. I don't like JJ Watt. I've never liked JJ Watt. I like TJ Watt for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Really? I always liked JJ Watt, and TJ Watt, he didn't move the needle at all to me, as far as like JJ Watt like played the Pro Bowl with a busted ass nose because he wanted the Tahoe. You know what I mean? That's the guy that I like. He ain't spending all his millions on a car. He's trying to win one for free in the Pro Bowl by playing his ass off. That's what I want. That's the guy I want.
I don't know. I like TJ Watt.
TJ, don't get me wrong. He's
on him.
He's good for this style of football nowadays. He's great for it. His brother was just a game wrecker, though, back in the day when like games couldn't get wrecked so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like everybody was a monster, and he was throwing monsters around.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, anything you want to talk about before the game? What's Chicago's up 10-0 on the Lions. Good. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, how? I mean, Michael must be out of his mind right now, right?
No, probably wants to lose.
Oh, why? He doesn't want a new quarterback.
No, they're gonna get the first overall pick because they have Carolina's first round pick. But they like to stack him up with a solid receiver like Marvin Harrison Jr. or something.
Yeah.
Who are your key players to the game today for the 49ers? Just give me 3. I'll give you 3 for the Hawks.
I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk. I'm going to go CMC. And I'm going to go George Kittle.
Okay. See, mine has... Oh, okay. Go give me 3 on defense then, too.
Okay. I'm going to go with Kalia Davis. I'm going to go with Dre Greenlaw. I'm going to go with Jair Brown.
Okay. Yeah. Mine's obviously going to be DK Metcalf. K9 has to get a run game going today, or else we're not going to have a shot. And then let's go with fucking basically. I know this is kind of cheating, but both of our tackles, right? I think that's going to be a big fucking key. So Charles Cross and Abe Lucas.
The tackle position.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big key to this game if the Seahawks have any chance. Defense, Jamal Adams, you need to quit playing fucking patty cake back there. Serious, you're going to be a key to this fucking game. You are. And if you fucking miss 2 tackles on one play, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. And then when reporters attack you after the game, maybe don't screenshot pictures of their wife and call them ugly, even though they're not. Even though she's actually kind of hot, Jamal. Sorry. I had to get that out of the way. Bobby is going to be a key, the middle of our defense. And then third, let's go with fucking Tariq Mullen, because we've seen Witherspoon step up. We've seen Brown step up this year. Woolen, we got to get you playing like you were last year. He kind of has, but a lot of penalties this year. So let's see.
Oh, also, little bit of news for you. Eric Armstead is out this game.
Okay, then that makes our tackles even more important.
But you will have the Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw is covering his spot, and Kalia Davis is also in the backup position, which I think that's why I said Kalia Davis, because I think he's going to get more reps today. And I think he got into the game for the first time last week, and he got a sack. He worked his ass off to get that sack. Well, guess what? Now he's going to have a whole game worth of snaps where he can go in there essentially, or let's say half a game worth of snaps, because he's going to be swapping out with Javon Kinlaw and whatnot. But yeah, he's going to have half a game worth of snaps to take advantage of things. And I hope to see him in there. Also, you guys got your running backs back. You guys are going to run. You guys are going to need to establish the run. You're going to have to do that through Kalia Davis. So that's another thing I'm going to like to see. What is he going to do in the run game? So got Carcass in the house. What up, Carcass?
Hey, big not shout out to Carcass bailing on me yesterday. Just kidding. Hopefully you had fun at your Christmas party.
Oh, what? Oh, Joe told me he was doing a show with you.
I would have been late regardless. So you're totally good, Carcass. You're totally fine.
I'm trying to guilt trip him over here, Joe. Jeez.
That's my yeah. But anyways, does anybody in the chat have any questions? Because I don't know. I'm kind of just getting ready to watch ball today. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm just making video. I'm making videos, but I can't like make all the videos I need to yet, because I got to wait for the game to get over first before I can make any of those. I don't know. I might just go live here in a second and just talk about Red Zone.
There's quite a few people doing that right now, and it seems to be working out quite well for them. So maybe go for it. There's a yeah.
Yeah.
Final score prediction before we get out of here.
35-13 Niners.
Obviously Seahawks, yeah. So no, I'm kidding.
These nuts. Got him.
Excuse me, bitch.
So you know what? Like I said, I can't pick against the Seahawks. It's against my DNA. It's against my nature. So I will be going 27-22 Seahawks. Kind of a weird one, right? I think you got it. I think so. Here's my logic behind this. So I'm gonna go. The Seahawks are up. What is it? What would it be? Fuck me. No, stop. Stop. I'm trying to do math right now. What's 22 minus 6? Because I can't fucking do it.
It's gonna be 16.
Okay, and then I think it's gonna be 27-16 Hawks. 49ers go down, score a touchdown, miss the 2-point conversion to not make it a 3-point game. Then it's gonna be a 5-point game.
Okay. You man. Do you have to conduct a seance to get this one? Because like this really in depth. Like
I'm gonna be honest, simply Seattle's giving away.
You figured out the score first and then try to wrap how you got there around it later.
No, I was trying to figure out how 23-27 normally works, because that was my original score. And then I was like, but what if they have to go for a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game instead of a 4-point game? And that's what went on in my head. Actually, last night when I was entering to win a Simply Seattle gift card based off score prediction, I didn't want to do one that was the same as everybody else. So because obviously you don't win if you tie with people. So I was like, fuck it. I'll say one that's pretty weird.
Okay.
Give me 3-2 Seahawks. I think we score one field goal. You guys get a safety.
Yep. Totally see that happening. It might as well just write in the books now. We don't even have to play the game, guys.
That'd be fucking sick. 2-0 victory. Seahawks over the 49ers. That'd be fucking awesome. Drew Lock starts, gets hurt. Have Sean Mannion back there as our backup quarterback. We hold you guys scoreless until in the fourth quarter. Michael Dixon punts it down to the half-yard line. We get a safety. That's the ball game.
Well, we would have to get the safety on you to get the 2 points, Joe.
No, I'm saying 2-0 now. 2-0. We are scoring.
Oh, it's 2-0 now. Oh,
yes. Tell you my in-depth. We're gonna run the ball every play for about 1 yard, and so are you guys. And then we're gonna get a safety, and then we're gonna win 2-0.
That is not a thing. You can run for 1 yard to carry. I think that's definitely possible.
You're gonna run for half a yard to carry after that fucking safety that we're gonna score.
No.
Anyways, enough of me just fucking around. Sorry for wasting your guys' time. Just trying to be a little funny.
Excuse me, bitch.
Anyways, anything you got going on? Are you streaming the game?
Oh yeah, I'm streaming the game. That's definitely going to happen. So make sure to go check us out. No Border Sports on YouTube. And like I said, I'm thinking I'm just going to go talk about some Red Zone here in a second anyway. So see the before. Come join us.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night or good day, right? Good day, and go Hawks.